Pose the question, why do white people hate black people so much? I have been in situations where I've been surrounded by nothing but white people, and this conversation has come up. The race conversation has come up. And no one ever has an actual reason as to why they hate black people. There's always these, oh, black on black crime. Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're this. But it's not actually, there's no legitimacy behind their reasoning. It's just that they've heard and they're regurgitating. And so, long story short, it really comes down to there is no reason. It's a deep-seated jealousy, a deep-seated hate that, black people exude greatness. Black people are the great inventors. Black people are the beginning of the human race, the Eve gene. And white people have worked so hard to erase the history and erase the greatness of the black race. Down to even when things are invented, the majority of things that are invented were invented by a black person. But yet the white race has actually erased the original inventor from history and have put their names on things that they had no business putting their names on.
Oof. It's weird to be a race that acts inhumane but pushes the narrative on another race. This is one of the many insidious ways white supremacy culture shows up in those of us that are white-bodied individuals. And I say insidious because it's only subtle to us, but very plain to see for black and brown indigenous people of color. When we're convinced that we are and consider ourselves to be safe and benevolent white folks who don't see color, we are so dangerous. Because underneath all that and color blindness lies some very foundational beliefs about what it means to be a good person in this world. And what do you know? All those characteristics just so happen to look like what it means to be white. We have to recognize that we have been raised in and therefore conditioned to think in terms of a racial caste system. So as long as black and brown indigenous people of color are able to assimilate into whiteness, they're okay, and even heralded as exceptional people. But as soon as someone starts to question things or show that they're not grateful to be an American, we're like, what's the deal? I mean, I know things were bad, but can't we just move on? If you could just get with the program, you'd be accepted just fine. Sure enough, when people don't just get with the program and assimilate into white supremacy culture, they're labeled in all sorts of awful ways that are really just a projection of ourselves. And worst of all, their lives are constantly in danger. So until we do the work of dismantling white supremacy culture within us, no amount of being will do.
Well, first of all, I like how he's holding across his chest like that. It symbolizes that something is true when it's coming from the heart, like sincerely, right? It's good to have white people come and just really digest what has been going on and just speak the truth, right? There's just so many that have been running away from the truth, even just to the point of rejecting that they are in the white supremacy system. That is what has been for a long time now. So what do we do now to address these things, right? It makes me feel good, actually, to understand that somebody has really broken down the source of all this hate for black people. Seeing how that lady has just spoken, it's just from this seed of jealousy, like deep down jealousy, because there is nothing. Like, you just hate somebody because of what? Recently I posted a video that somebody was talking about how today a white person is just as good as a black person because they have seen black people thriving and they're doing well. Well, it was hard. Like, it was hard for them to work their way, if it's up in the system and whatsoever, to face this white supremacy system, to face all the racism along the way, and now they're doing fine and some people are getting money. And then you were talking about reparations and all that sort, to say they don't deserve reparations for what happened in the past because they're doing fine, they're all right. Like, are people okay? What other reasons can you guys attribute white people's hate for black people towards? Let me know in the comment section, because we could really be a better world if we just were equals, like saw each other as equals and shared things equally. I don't know what you guys think, so comment below.